How many people here has B as your top rank? B. Please raise your hands. Please raise your hands. And just look around the room as well. Please raise your hands. Look around the room. B. Okay, very good. A as the top. Can you please raise your hands? And look around the room as well. I think this is really important. We're getting feedback. Are there more B's or A's? More B's so far, correct? How many of you would put N as the top item? Look around the room as well. So we have quite a few hands coming up there. Good. And K, please raise your hands. Everybody, please look at it. Look around the room. Okay. So which one do you think has the highest for this room? Okay, one more time. Huh? Okay, so I'll just say B and K. We keep raising our hands and then we see. Ready? B, raise your hands. Okay, look around the room. Very good. A's? No. N? A few K's. Oh, look around the room. So which one's got the most? B's, and followed by K, right? Now, B's and K's. Now, this you are in the right profession. Congratulations! That's why you are finance and accounting professionals. Staff selection process, yes? Now, but did you realize that there are a number of groups that's underrepresented in this room? Now, the colleagues that you're dealing with back in university, who do you think they are? You have to deal with the A's and you have to deal with the N's. Did you realize that? Wow! No wonder life is quite challenging. Now, so what is this studied about? Do you think that's pretty accurate portrayal, yes, of the room? Now, so what is this about? Now, this is called B.A.N.K, which is a program called Crack the Personality Code and Take It to the Bank. So it's a communication-based program. It's one of the top communication programs based on personality profiling used in the US by many top salespeople and key influencers. It's been around for the past 15 years, and I'm quite fortunate and honored to be privileged and trained by the founder herself, who is Sherry Tree. So I'm the lead trainer for Asia for this particular program. And we're going to talk about how we can apply that. So very quickly, to help you to understand this. So the B, please write this down. The B stands for the blueprint, people. Blueprint. So blueprint will be like the architects, the accountants, right? You need a plan to follow. Blueprint. A stands for action. And N stands for nurturing. And K stands for knowledge. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. What is B? Blueprint. What is A? Action. What is N? Nurturing. What is K? Knowledge. So now, to summarize what's really important for them. Now, if you are the blueprint person, now please turn this to your partner and say, so one of you will do this, right? We do a buddy share. And so buddy A and buddy B. So you determine who is, so between the two of you, one is buddy A, one is buddy B. Can you please decide first? Pick a buddy. A and B. Okay. So A, please say to B, and since I'm A, I let you go first. Okay. So we're going to start off with the B, and this is what we're going to be doing. Between you and your buddy. So one of you will say blueprint, and the other will say structure, because this is the way they think. Is structure important to accountants? Yes. So say this together. One says blueprint, the other says structure. Now, then go back to your buddy, says action, and your buddy says winning. Winning is important to them. Next, we go back to nurture, and your buddy says relationships. Go back to your buddy, K says knowledge, and what do you say? You say information. Okay. So information is intellect. So now these are the important things to the different people. So let's take a look at this. Show you an example. I did this yesterday when I was just looking for the freshest example. Came out in the national news. Hawker big hearters portion for national servicemen army boys. Now what happened here is that story went on this way. army boys, you know in Singapore we have national service. So army boy went up to Mr. Tan, the hawker, and said, "Uncle, can you please give me chicken rice with no chicken?" He said, "Why no chicken?" He said, "Because I can't afford it." He said, "Never mind. Have the chicken rice, have the chicken, come back if you have the money to pay me in future." And this guy in the interview says that it's important how you treat people because that's how they're going to treat you. So what do you think this guy's profile is? B.A.N.K. What do you think he values most? N. Relationship, right? So imagine if you have an N who is a budget holder, do you think that meeting the numbers are most important to him? That if the numbers are not meeting, will he fire people? If you did customer profitability analysis and it's got negative contribution margin, do you think he said, "Let me meet the budgets and get a few headcounts"? Now you know where the challenge is, right? So you need to be able to communicate to his needs about how, by meeting the budgets, he can serve more people, right? The community. So you could think in terms of what's important to you. Am I making sense here? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, please tell your buddy and say, "That makes sense." Good. Now next one. And what about this guy here? Take a look. I'm not going to say anything. Take a look at his visual.
Action.
Visual. Take a look at his visual. What he's putting up there on the board. Point 1, point 2, point 2.1, point 2.2 on the whiteboard. What do you think it is? How many of you say blueprint structure? Yeah. He's the CEO. That's the way he presents. And the story was that yesterday's papers, can go and refer to the Straits Times, they say that I can't stand it when my staff goes into a meeting and they do not follow the agenda. And you speak off plan. And what he said is that, now, since you guys speak off agenda, from now on when we have a meeting, all of you, we're going to remove the chairs, you stand around and have a meeting. Was he effective? He was highly effective. From a 2-hour meeting, now he only have a 30 minutes meeting. He said, if it doesn't work, all of you, the person who's standing up, talking will carry a medicine ball. So rules, do they care about relationships? No. What do they care about? The structure, systems, rules, yes? Yeah, accountant. Everybody say, "That's me!" Now this guy will be your best friend, yes? You tell him what to do, he will comply. Because you tell him, why so? Because budget is like that. Guidelines, policies, he will be your best friend. So he's your ally. Now so next thing, one more. Take a look at this guy. Make a guess, what do you think this guy is? What's important for him?
Winner.
Action hero, right? He's a winner. He's all about winning. So he already beat the sound barrier 6 years ago. First man to drive supersonic, 1,200 kilometers per hour, and now he's going to better himself 1,600 kilometers per hour. That's him. Now these guys, I'm sure you come across people like this in the course of the world. Typically the more flashy type. They talk a little bit louder, yes? Like to show up a little bit more. Tend to be a little bit more aggressive. Do you agree? Have you come across personality type like this? Do you think these guys will comply with your budgets? No, very difficult. Do you think they'll blow their budget? Yes. Always overspend? Do they ask for the best quality equipment? Yes. You know who these guys are. Must be the best. Anything less than the best, I do not want it. You got them. So therefore, you got to tell them, you got to build a war chest so they can have more of this. But in the meantime, we got to build it. Or that's not going to come. Yeah. And last one, can I finish it?
Yes.
Okay, good. And the last one, now this one is a bit wordy, but I'm going to read it for you. There's a student in there who attended the talk. He says his ambition is to be a rocket scientist. And during the talk, he asked Andy, the pilot, about how he will physically cope with the blood rush due to changes in gravity. And Mr. Green simply said, well, it's hard work and quite disorientating. So what do you think is the profile of the student? Knowledge. So he's asking about detailed information, but Mr. Green doesn't answer him that way. He just answers him in a very simple way. So in other words, when you deal with the A, don't tell them about all your accounting rules and everything else. Go to the bottom line. What do you need them to do? Save time. Quick, efficient conversation. But if you deal with a K, a knowledge information person, do you think they will ask you why?
Yes.
They do not accept rules at face value. They will ask you why. They'll ask you logic. Why do I need to do this? If you amortize goodwill in the past and now you do not amortize goodwill, they want to know why. They want to know why is there a comprehensive income statement now? Why must there be direct and indirect cash flow presentation? Why? They could be your best friend, they could be your worst enemy. Because if they lose face, they could be your worst enemy. So never make them lose face. You clear with that?
Yeah.
Good. Great. So I'm going to wrap it up. Can I wrap up one thing? So how many of you have learned something useful? Okay. So can I just help you to remember this? Good. So this is what we're going to be doing. So what are the alphabets? B, A.N.K. B stands for blueprint, A, action, and nurture, and K. Knowledge. So I'm going to help you to remember this. So everybody can we do this? When you say blueprint, we do this. Blueprint. What is this? Military, right? Salute. Let's do this together. Blueprint. Right, this is salute. And then, what is A? A is action, correct? Action, they will do this. Action hero, I'm the hero, right? Action, I'm the hero. Action hero, I'm going to show off. And what about the N guy? It's all about nurturing. Everybody, can we do this? My tender, loving heart. Right? And the last one is knowledge. We all do this. Vulcan salute. Star Trek, right? Alright, I hope you enjoy yourself, ladies and gentlemen.